Greetings, my dear friends. I am Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney here in Miami, Florida. And today we're going to be discussing the subject of regional center in the context of EB-5 program. At the end of this video, you'll learn how to get a free analysis of your case by me. Let's do it. But before we begin, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the best immigration YouTube channel you've ever seen on YouTube. This is still small, so we need more people to grow it, to scale it, so more people have access to better and actual information. Also, don't forget to subscribe my English Instagram, Shamayev Business Law. All the links you'll have below this video. Don't miss this opportunity. So, what is a regional center? I get this question a lot, and I see that there is a lot of misunderstanding in the field, that people don't really know what regional center is, but I'm gonna tell you, and you will know from now and on. Let's start with a little bit of history. Back in 1991, the Congress of the United States of America decided to create the pilot program, which was called EB-5 regional centers. And that program was developed in order to bring the foreign investment to the United States of America, sponsor the local developers who would be creating the jobs here in the United States of America. So basically bring the dollars back here and to create the jobs. The difference between the regional center pilot program and the actual EB-5 program, which was in existence since 1990, was that the direct investment, the original program, was aiming at creating jobs after the project or business started. So creating full-time jobs in certain business. The EB-5 Regional Center pilot program at the time was designed to create the indirect jobs, the people who build stuff. And that's the easiest way to describe it. For example, if you want to build a hotel, you'll definitely have maybe 200 people working in that hotel if it's a big one. However, you'll have maybe 600, 700, 800 people actually building it. So the regional center program was designed to support the jobs that build the hotel, and the direct investment, the original program, was designed to support the jobs that are created after the hotel is built. If you still have questions on that, please comment and ask those questions below this video. I'll try to assist you in explaining it better. So by creating this regional center program, the Congress basically said that, hey, anyone in the United States who wants to build stuff, who wants to create infrastructure, build buildings, roads, schools, whatever, you can have access to this program. First of all, you have to get certified. So this developer, this business, has to file paperwork with the United States government and get approved to be called a regional center. So it's not just any business. They are licensed and they are accredited. So the government gave them green light to accept the investment from people outside of the United States of America in exchange for green card given by the government. So that's what regional center is. What are the examples of regional centers overall in industry? Most of them are just developers. People who build. Don't be surprised to see regional center who build townhouses, hotels, restaurants. They build infrastructure like roads and bridges and things like that. They build logistics centers, anything that helps the US economy grow. So those regional centers, they are used for the passive investment. I'm not going to discuss the history of the passive investment. There are a lot of things that happened since 1991 up to now. There's a lot of lawsuits and changes in the amount of investment. At this point, we have $800,000 for the regional center program, and it's a passive investment, meaning that you give this money to regional center, they freeze it for 5 to 7 years, then give it back to you with a little interest on it, and they use that money to build that stuff, to build the buildings, hotels, condos, the townhouses, and so on. And they take up all the business risks to create those jobs they promise. Why is this a good idea to participate in the regional center EB-5 program? First of all, you do nothing. right? You just give the money to these people, and if you work with me, we sort through lots of regional centers, and we find only the best ones that have good reputation, that have good financing, history of good projects that went well, that have history of green cards approvals, that have history of returning the investment. So I have the 10 criteria checklist that I use to do my due diligence on any certain regional center. So once you work with such a regional center which has a good reputation, then you basically entrust them with your money, and they do everything else for you, creating jobs, building, and so on. All you do is filing paperwork through myself, I hope, because we have 100% approval rate for EB-5 visas, and do nothing. You go on the beach, you go to Aventura Mall right here in front of my building in Miami. You just enjoy life. And with the recent reform, you can file for EB-5 program without leaving the United States of America. So in other words, while your petition is pending, you can stay here in the United States of America, and in about 8 months after the filing, you'll be able to get a work permit and advance parole. So basically, you can do everything that Americans can do. And you'll be saying, Stanislav, this sounds too good to be true. There's something that you don't tell us. I'm a pretty transparent person as an attorney and in real life, and I don't want to hide anything. Of course, there are risks involved because investment equals risk. And the risk in the EB-5 program is to basically lose your money, fully or partially. And you'll be, whoa, no. Tell me more about this. This risk is actually encoded into law. The law basically says that your money has to be in a risk to be lost. This is actually a good thing for EB-5 program. To lower your risks to the minimum or close to zero, you have to work only with good regional center. And again, we do this for you. However, if you bring a regional center for a check, for a due diligence, I'll definitely do this for you, and I will tell you the inside. The main thing you should look at when analyzing the regional center, if you do it by yourself without a professional, is look at their financial structure. How much money they are getting from EB-5 investors. And if they don't get enough money from EB-5 investors, do they have a backup plan? Bank, additional developers, other investors? In other words, will it ever happen if they have a lapse in their finance? Answer to this, yes, it might happen at certain point if something happens. This is probably not the best regional center. The answer is no, they're fully financed or they have a plan B. This is probably a very good regional center. The best structure that I see within the industry is when the regional center has certain money coming from the developers themselves, from maybe some investors in the United States of America, and the rest is from the bank. So let's say investor put 30% of the investment, local investors put 25%, and the rest 45% is provided by the bank in full. So that means that the project is fully financed, and there is no way in the world, unless we got struck by the comet, that this project will fail. And they will definitely create all the jobs that they want to create, because all this money is going to be used to create the job. And then you ask, Stanislav, why then they need the money from foreign investors if they fully finance from the bank? Well, this is an easy answer, because when you get a loan from the bank, they're probably going to give you 7-8% interest at this point. When the feds are hiking the rates, they probably get up to 10, maybe 12%. Who wants to pay 10% on the loan? No one, right? So the best option for them is to get that loan to secure the finance for the project, start the project, and then bring the investors' money to the regional center and substitute. You got $20 million from the bank. Once you get $800,000 from the investor, then you chip it in and you take $800,000, put it back to the bank, and you substitute it with $800,000 from the foreign investor with a much lower interest rate. Compare 10% you pay to the bank and maybe 1% to pay to the investor. This is no-brainer. This is the best option for those developers to make more money, because they basically get free money from someone outside of the United States of America. So that's the catch. That's the only thing that you need to consider. Also, It's very important to understand that at this point, after the reform happened, and reform took place back in March, but it went into full force on May 16th, because it was on a weekend, but we moved to Monday, May 16th. So now it's in full force. And the thing is that when COVID came, a lot of embassies closed and USCIS was not functioning as it was supposed to be. It happened that a lot of green cards for EB category employment-based, EB-1, EB-2, EB-3, EB-4, EB-5 were not issued. So when they are not issued, they spread evenly across all these programs, and the EB-5 program got a boost with additional green cards per year, because you know it's 10,000 a year, but now it's more. And those countries that used to be champions in participating in this program, like China, India, Vietnam, who did not participate much at this point because there was a really long line for them, like 15 to 20 years, because each country had a limit on them. Now they got those extra green cards, and there's a lot of interest to grab them. That means that good regional centers is going to be filled up really quickly. You blink your eyes and 120 spots in the regional center gone, because the Chinese, the Indians, the Vietnamese and Brazilians, they came and they took those spots, they paid the money, and they're ready to wait, maybe not 6 months, 8 months with expedited processing, maybe it's 7-8 years, but they're ready to do this because they were not ready to wait for 15-20 years. So my message to you, if you qualify for this program, if you have $800,000 that you're able to freeze for 5 to 7 years, and you want to get a green card for you, for your spouse, for your kids under 21 years old, you have to act now. And I really mean it. If you think that you qualify for this program, and remember, the only thing you have to prove is the origin of your funds, how you made that money, whether you paid taxes on it, and how you transfer it from the source of funds to the regional center. If you have all the documents, or you think you might have all the documents, please follow the link down below this video and fill out the questionnaire that I prepared for you, and I will get your case evaluated for free, something that other attorneys charge you $300 and call it a consultation. I'll give you this value absolutely free. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, ask me questions under this video, subscribe to my Instagram to have an everyday stories and a lot of posts and a lot of good information for you. This was Stanislav Shamayev, the lawyer of the future. Your future starts here. Good luck.